G'day, this is Ian Harris. I wanted to come live. It's Friday evening here. It's 10 minutes to 8 p.m. It's very cold here in Perth. I've just had me dinner and I've had a shower and I wanted to come online and say hello to some people. Tomorrow I'm going to get ready to do my next tutorial. All right, so that'll be a bit of fun. This evening I had to get a lot of paperwork out the way for my emails and for my roofing side of the business anyway. So I've got all that out the way and I've got a fresh start to go to tomorrow, all right? So is anybody there? Can you say anything? I just want to see if I've turned the chat on or not, because there's a bit at the beginning where you can allow it or not allow it. I'm not sure if I did the right thing or not. I could say hello to people. There we go. Janita Brewer and Fancy World. Hello, how are you? Where you all from? Cassandra Kemp. G'day, Cassandra Kemp. Yeah, it's Friday evening there. Just finished my shower. Joanne Helper. Good morning, Joanne. And I'm all fresh. I've got a clean slate. So in the morning or a bit later in the morning, I can go into the art studio and start painting my next tutorial. Yeah, so I don't know if it'll be a 1 or a 2 part. Hopefully I can get it in 1, but if it goes to 2 parts, does that matter? Tell me if they're better just as 1 tutorial or you don't mind them being broken up into parts. Brian Ross, g'day Brian Ross, how are you, mate? Where's everybody from? Mississippi, USA is Janita Brewer. Oh, I bumped my hand on something and I don't know what I've done, but it's all right. It's all right, eh? Yeah, so this is good to go live, and I haven't left anything in the description below yet, but when I finish this, I will, because I'll leave some descriptions for my Facebook, because I'd like the YouTube followers. You can follow me on Facebook. That way you can message me if you ever wanted to buy some brushes or one of my tutorial paintings, and we can get the ball rolling there. And also we can do video calls if you just want to have a one-on-one chat with me, eh? Cassandra Kemp, 2 is fine, so we can get more detail. Okay, that's Enos Araya says hello. Hello, Enos Araya. Yeah, I'm just finding out from a few of you if you don't mind my tutorials going into 1 or 2 parts. Oh, I got me clock up there. I've been on here for 2 minutes and a half now. Brian Ross is from the UK. Oh, good stuff. I wouldn't mind getting there one day. Where was I up to anyway? I didn't even bring a drink in here. How lazy of me. Oh, yeah, we're finding out if they don't mind my tutorials being 1 or 2 or 3 parts maybe. I thought maybe they could go, what have I got a packet. I got 5 packets of your brushes. You got 5 packets. I send a 2-pack, so you must have 10 brushes maybe. I don't know. Nice to see you, Enos Araya. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm going to paint an owl, and sort of a cute owl, but I want to show you how to do it in a way that it's not going to be so blobby, cartoony. It's going to kind of blend a bit, which is pretty easy. It just takes a few more steps, but as you watch tutorials, you need to watch them so you know what you're up against and then play and pause and paint along. Cassandra Kemp, I'm in Australia. Oh, that's right. So you could have bought as many as you want. That's right. Yes. Sorry. Yeah, they're great brushes. Don't use them for actual painting. I don't know if they're going to be good or not, but I don't think they are. They're good for blending, okay? Use some other brushes to get that background paint on and whatnot like that. Joe Marsden says, g'day from England, Ian. G'day, Joe Marsden. Yeah, so use them for only blending if you like to blend the way I do, okay? Reese is always using them to put on his white and stuff, and because they're so broad at the side, they can sort of not flow it properly, where the little flat-headed yellow-handled one I use is better for that. But those ones I send out or you can get in Australia, they're great for blending acrylics with the retarder in there. How many people we got on here? We got 20 people. Got any questions you want to ask me? Because I'll keep this for about, I don't know, maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. Who knows? It's Friday night here, 8 p.m, and it's probably about that same time in the morning all around the world. Joe Marsden says, I've got a normal 2 DIY brush from the cheap shop, fine for putting paint on. That's it. You don't need fancy dancy expensive ones, unless you're supporting a company that does sell them. But some of the first brushes I used for blending were from the hardware store, so they don't have to be from a art shop unless you find that the ones they have work for you, because everybody paints in a different way. We all have our own habits and whatnot like that. Oh, I don't want to go out, and hopefully my son will hear me live and say, Dad, do you want a drink or something? I just need a cigarette. I hope you don't mind me smoking. Yeah, when I go to work during the day, I never smoke at work. Usually after midday or 1 to 2 p.m, once I've come home and stuff like that, I might start lighting up a cigarette. I don't smoke heavily, though. Joe Marsden says, I just lit up too. Good on you, Joe. Where was Joe from? England. What part of England are you from, Joe? Yeah, this isn't a painting tutorial. It's just I'm slowly learning until I get a better camera for this live desktop YouTube stuff. I just want to come on live and talk to yous and acknowledge yous and get some questions out. Ines Araya says, I'm a chilling but living in Japan. Oh, good stuff, Japan. Bolton near Manchester, Joe Marsden lives. What have we got there? 24 people. Not everyone's commenting. I thought you might have had some questions you might want answered. Otherwise, I've taught you as well, and you don't need to ask any more questions. Good stuff from the guru, eh? I have rallies in Brisbane. Oh, yeah, that's on the other side of Australia to everybody. Brisbane's on the east coast, and Perth, where I live, is on the west coast. Audrey Baker. Hardware store brushes tend to lose their bristles. Too much for me. Fancy world. Sir, what is the main technique to use acrylic on canvas? There's so many techniques. Everyone has their own habits, so it's each to their own, all I can say to that fancy world. How long have you been using acrylics? Brian Ross asked. I've been using acrylics ever since I started painting, so 6 years ago. That's all I've used. I've never touched oils. There was something else I wanted to read up there, but I've lost it. Hardware store brushes. Yeah, even the good brushes can lose their hair. This is an expensive one from a hardware store. I don't use it in my painting, but depends how vigorous and hard you are. Hairs will come out, whether it's a new brush or an expensive brush or a cheap brush, okay? So you just got to bear with it. That's my understanding of brushes anyway. Chris Grow, dear Ian, many greetings from North Germany and sending Christine. Okay, Audrey Baker, oil sucks, too messy. Dear sir, good morning from Curtin 221. I like your cat very much, says Ines Araya. Thank you very much. Yeah, Steve's a good little sidekick of mine, and I've had him since he was 6 weeks old. He's grown on me, and he's a pleasant little pet to have. I've got to say that. Okay, we've been going for, what, 8.5 minutes? There's, what else was there I want to mainly get out there? I want you to know that all my tutorials I do are for sale. They're in US dollars. They're for sale for $70 US, and that includes all the postage and handling, okay? And if you want to order them, that's why it's best to follow me on Facebook, because you can look at my art album for sale, and whatever's available, whatever you see in that album is for sale. Whenever something gets sold, it's removed, and you can always private message me and we get the ball rolling that way if you want to buy a painting. Joe Marsden says, is your incidental music the autoplay? Oh, you're the one that, yes, it's just a keyboard, Yamaha keyboard, and it's just something that I touch a few keys as well and make it sound a little bit different. But yeah, Cassandra Kemp says, I can't believe you got so good in 6 years. Do you do something else before? And I love Steve the cat too. Dear sir, I like your videos from Curtin. Cassandra Kemp, I've always been drawing in lead pencil, like, what would you call it? Portraits and pictures of the human form, muscles, tones, hair. I've done all sorts of things like that. I showed some people a while ago when I was live. I'll pull a few out now just for those who might want to see. Like some, these are back into the 80s. There's one that's not finished. There's one of, I was mad on Rocky when Rocky came out. What else have we got here? Just all sorts of, get up there, things like that. That's all I dabbled with before I started painting. Joe Marsden, I started in pencil portraits too. Good stuff, Joe. Cassandra Kemp says, cool. Yeah, the other day I was trying to show some of these and I just couldn't find something decent because a lot of them are nudes and I don't want to show. My talent is painting, says Curtin 221. My cigarette went out. How long have we been going for? 11 minutes. Yeah, so I was always doing lead pencil, and in 2012 I started painting. My painting wasn't that good until I went on YouTube and started following some people to learn how to paint. Some of them were oil painters as well, but I just automatically went into a creek. I watched Len Hend and who's that other guy? Wilson Bickford. They were showing good techniques that I can pick up, and then from that I just automatically developed my own way of painting, and having the art ability inside me helped me progress to where I am today. We've got 27 people there. Anyone else hasn't said anything that wants to say anything, I can say hello to you. And any other questions? Brian Ross says, got to change my hearing aid battery, so I will say goodbye for now. No worries, Brian Ross. You have a good evening. Marita Zaney. Oh, that's in some different language. Yeah, I can't read that. I'm sorry. Audrey Baker. Donna Dewberry has some nice videos also. Oh, yeah, there's quite a lot of videos out there that you can just watch and follow as well, yes. Janita Brewer, you make it look easy. The bits that I'm capturing on film probably look easy, but when I'm doing the videos, there's a lot of mistakes that happen as well. Previously, there had been bloopers and behind the scenes, and that sort of gives you a bit more in depth of what goes on behind a video when you're making a video. Because my videos take me anywhere from, let's say, 6 to 11 hours to start to finish, ready to go on YouTube. All the messing around and filming and stop starting and whatnot. Curtin 221, sir, I like your hair. Thank you, Curtin. Pujay Magaray, hi, sir, from India, and I love all your paintings. Thank you. Thank you very much. I want you to know that I'm only here because of you people, and if it wasn't for you people, I won't be here, okay? So I really appreciate all the input, whether it's negative or positive. You'll always have some negative people out there, but that's all helpful along the way, all right? And I hope you can understand me okay. Some people have messaged me saying they like what I'm painting, but they can't understand what I'm painting. Unfortunately, us Australians have a very quick, and we cut the corners off our words kind of lingo going on, you know. Fancy World says, I've learnt painting from you, sir, but I can't paint like you. How long have you been painting for, Fancy? Because when you're learning, don't expect to do it straight away. It takes a few years to get as good as you'd like to be, okay? Adelita Van Wert, I love you. You gave me so many ideas. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Joe Marsden, where did you catch the phrase, if you like it, tell a friend, but if you don't like it, tell everybody, come from? Joe Marsden. Many years ago on a late night Australian radio, they didn't say it all the time, but a certain DJ just said something about the sponsors, and he was saying something about similar, same but different. So it was a similar, and that's how that came about. If you don't like it, and I thought, well, that's a true fact. If you like something, tell everybody, but if you don't, you're going to tell everybody anyway. All right. So that came from a DJ saying something similar, but it was the same sort of meaning, if you know what I mean. All right. Trish Chester, wow, thanks, a long time. Love your videos, but I don't think I'd be able to watch for 6 to 11 hours. That's okay. This will be on YouTube, and you can go and play it at your own will. Annabelle Alves, hi from Timor-Leste. Curtin 221 says, I want to know better how to blend shadows. Well, watch some of my videos and other tutorials that have that technique going on, and watch it over and over and over, and practice and practice. And when you're feeling you're getting a grasp of it, put it into a painting. And even if you're not happy with it, you can look at that painting and think where you can better it, and you proceed from there. Been going for what, 16 minutes. I'll start wrapping this up soon. Okay, thank you so much. You're very welcome. What else can I say? I've explained how you can purchase me paintings and brushes on Facebook. So follow me on Facebook, add me as a friend, and ask me any questions you want. Some people wanted to know that they don't know when I'm on. I don't have a set schedule when I'm coming online for YouTube or anything like that. I just come on when I can find that window of opportunity, because I'm running a roofing business and it keeps me flat tack on that anyway. So this is just an update and saying g'day and hello to everybody. Yeah, because my son, he cooked a lovely lamb chops and creamy mashed potato for dinner tonight, and we had that for dinner tonight. Signing off, Ian. Have a good day. Okay, well, I'm going to sign off too. There's 26 people there. I've been going on for nearly 17 minutes, so I'm going to say goodbye anyway. Curtin asks, sir, how old are you? I'm 54 years old. All right. Malene Mankarag. G'day, Ian. I really enjoy your videos. Your rainbow zebra really helped me develop my own style. Your enthusiasm in painting and sharing your skills with others is evident. Thank you very much. You're very welcome, Milan. There's another one from, hello, I'm from Brazil, but it's a funny name I can't pronounce. Apenas, something like that. All right. Well, I'm gonna get going. All right. So we'll leave it there, and I'll be filming and editing tomorrow. So sometime many hours from now, my next owl video will be up, and I hope I stick with the owl subject as well. Okay. Ram Shantai. Hello, sir. How are you? Bye for now. Thanks for the update. Hi from the UK. Chrissy Canvas Art. All right, I'm going to say goodbye, good luck, and good on yous.